An Afghan man who spent a decade fighting alongside the US government has died in ICE custody in one day. His name was Mohammad Nazir Paktyawal. He was 41 years old and a father of 6 children, with his youngest child just being 18 months old. He was evacuated by the United States government in August 2021 when the Taliban took over Afghanistan, and he was brought here to the US through the official evacuation process. He had a pending asylum case, he had valid work authorization, he had a social security number. He was going through the legal immigration process. And on March 13th, ICE officials in unmarked vehicles approached him when he was taking his kids to school. They surrounded him outside of his apartment while his children watched and took him away. And less than 24 hours later, he died in ICE custody. Now, the Department of Homeland Security was quick to label him as a criminal alien, saying that he was charged with fraud relating to food stamps as well as a theft offense. But according to reports, he was not actually convicted of these crimes. They also claimed he provided no record of his military service. But according to reports, during the U.S. occupation of Afghanistan, he worked alongside U.S. Special Forces, including the 3rd Battalion and the 3rd Group Special Forces Airborne in the Paktika province. Not to mention there's a photo of him here during his time serving along U.S. troops. Now, apparently, while he was in ICE custody, he started experiencing shortness of breath and chest pain. It's unclear when officials contacted medical services to assess him, but he was transported to a hospital where a physician declared him dead ultimately the next morning. Now, his family's asking for an independent investigation. They still don't know exactly what happened to him from the time he was detained to the time he started experiencing these serious medical symptoms. His family said he was a healthy person. However, he is now the 12th person to die in ICE custody in the year 2026. And the number of custody-related deaths have increased significantly in the last few years. In 2023, 7 people died while in ICE custody, whereas in 2025, 32 people died in ICE custody. At the same time, the number of people being held by ICE has increased dramatically. As of February 2026, there are nearly 70,000 people in ICE custody. This is almost double of what we've seen in prior years. And I also want to note that over 70,000 Afghans arrived in the United States after the U.S. government brought them here following the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. However, very little has been done to support Afghans who worked alongside the U.S. government for decades. The special immigrant visa program for Afghans has ended, which has left many Afghan allies stranded in danger. Temporary protected status for Afghans was terminated. Travel bans on Afghans have been enacted, as well as visa bans. And the current administration has been targeting Afghans, calling Afghans into ICE offices to track them and putting an increasingly number of Afghans in removal proceedings. The treatment of Afghan immigrants has certainly been a betrayal to the Afghan community. And now we're hearing the story of Mohammad Nazir Paktyawal, a father, a husband, a man who risked his life for this country. And now his kids will be growing up without him because of a very government that he helped for so many years. Follow us for more immigration news and information.